All right, we're over here with Jeeps and Java still. It's been a great turnout so far. This is Chris from the Edge Automotive, the host and organizer of the event. Thank you for putting this on.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming out.
Absolutely. So tell us kind of the history of Jeeps and Java. Where did it start and how's it going?
It's funny because this is about our 7th year with Jeeps and Java. And we thought, you know what? There's nothing better than a group of Jeepers and coffee. We love it all. When we're back on the trails, man, got to have it. So that was kind of the concept, and just as a meetup group, and it's just kind of grown into what it is today. And it's been amazing.
And unfortunately, not a single event last year.
Yeah.
So this is the first in a while since, gosh, like November of 19, right?
Exactly.
So it's nice. It's nice to get together again. The weather's great. It's got tons of people. The parking lot is full of Jeeps. We're starting to roll over into the other parking lot.
We are.
I'm excited about this.
Yeah.
It's been great.
And Carrie, I'm glad you guys came out. I mean, just with, the outdoor photography, the drone stuff, I think that's fantastic. We're going to get that ramp fired up. And the nice thing with that guy, you can people can see where they're at with their build, see how they want to change it, see what it does. And, it's neat to get out, and when the weather starts getting nice, everybody wants to start getting involved.
But yeah, unfortunately, there's still a lot of snow out there, so you got to be careful and
in the high country.
Alone. But tell us about the Edge.
Yeah,
you've been around for a long time.
We have, yeah. So the Edge, we started as a club, so this is our 25th year for the Edge. Fantastic. Eventually, we were doing builds. Got to the point where we really began to do it full time. And so we've been doing that full time since 2012. And, I tell you what, we do all makes and models, everything 4-wheel drive, and there's really nothing that we can't do. But when we're not building them, we're out driving them and testing all these products.
Personal opinion here, I believe the Edge is the premier place to go to for any of your 4x4 work. They're doing my gears soon, at end of the month. We're going to be using some Yukon gears. So I'm looking forward to that. I would trust nobody else in town to do that type of work on my vehicle. So I can't recommend the Edge high enough. And there's just, again, like I said, there's no one else I would trust to do that type of work because it's such a precision job that needs to be done. And if you don't do it right, you end up with serious problems. That's why I'm trusting my Jeep to the Edge.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Carrie, and we're really looking forward to that. And hopefully we can capture, some good footage of it and some stills and things, and kind of educate and all that good stuff. But you will love the difference. You put that Jeep in low, it's going to want to move.
Absolutely. Thanks, Chris, again.
Carrie, thank you, buddy. And thanks for being such a big part of this.
So if you're here in Colorado, check out Jeeps and Java. Easy to find on Facebook. We're looking forward to having a bunch of events this year.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
All right, we're walking around here at Jeeps and Java, and something caught our eye that we just had to go check out. It's these interesting hood scoops on here. So we had to come over, ask what these are all about. So what's your name?
Hi, I'm Todd.
Todd,
Yep.
And your Jeep's name?
Sully.
Sully. And
Yep.
tell us a little bit about the Jeep, and then we'll get to those interesting scoops that you've got on there.
So Sully is my 6th Jeep. I've had TJs, JKs, JL. I've had all the Jeeps. So hopefully this is my last one. Fell in love with the color, and the name just kind of fell into place.
Hydro blue, or
They call it bikini.
bikini blue?
Yeah,
Just the
bikini blue. So we got her lifted up, Don't have my winch or my lights on yet, but they're coming. So I had a friend who went with the S&B air intake. So it's a cold air intake. And on the intake, you have the ability to, one, cools your engine bay. So this one's open for cooling the engine bay, allow heat to get out. And the other side's actually a forced air. So it actually catches the air and drops it right into your cold air intake that you have with the Jeep. So you get a little better airflow through it.
So you get the whole air box and this new
so
manifold here.
They sell this, and this comes stock with a clear or hard shield to put over top of this. The scoops are an add-on, so it does cost a little bit more. But I know my friend, she had this one with the turbo. She has a 4-cylinder turbo and told me it totally woke her Jeep up. She was running around on 40s with stock gearing and still doing great. So no complaints there.
This is the 3.6 on a JL.
Yes, this is the 3.6. So not the turbo.
Now, did you install this yourself?
Yeah.
Now, what was that like to get this installed?
If you, most Jeep people I know can do this kind of thing on their own, just a little bit of a weekend. The only part that is getting this, you got to cut this. So you drop this out. So I bought a kit with a bunch of the aftermarket buttons to put it back in.
So this is still the stock one?
This is the stock one.
And then you just trim this out a little bit.
So it actually comes with a, thank you. It comes with a template, thank you. So it comes with a template, you lay it on there, you cut it out, and then you snap it back in place, and you're good to go. So you actually get, and you know, as hot as these things run when you're up crawling around in the mountains on the weekend, getting a little extra air out, in and out.
It's not gonna hurt.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had any overheating problems with mine on the 3.6.
Nope.
But you might as well try and keep it a little cooler.
Well, on my JK, I had a JKU as well. We did modify the intakes on that to be open, but I just think this is a great deal, and it sounds kind of cool.
And it looks cool.
And it definitely looks different.
I mean, we're walking around, and this caught my eye. We're like, whoa, we got to go figure what this says. I've seen these online before, but I'd never seen one in person. So very, very cool.
Fun thing about these events, if you haven't seen it, you can always find it somewhere.
Awesome.
So,
Thanks
thank
much.
you. Appreciate you.
So we're walking around Jeeps and Java here, and we come across this beautiful Mojito green JL here. Had to stop and take a look. What caught my eye was this bumper and all the lights that are on here, and we get to meet the owner. And your name?
Steve.
Steve?
Yeah.
And does this have a name?
The Green Goat, or GG for short. I've owned 3 Jeeps, never had a Rubicon, and when I bought the Rubicon, locked it in, started doing some trails, I'm like, this is freaking cheating. So I'm like, this is the greatest of all time for me anyways, and you know, it's modified but not crazy.
Yep.
So I named her GG, Green Goat.
I like it. I like it. The Mojito green was actually my first choice, but then I kind of thought it's more of a midlife crisis green, so I went with the blue. You know, but it's definitely you can't lose it in a parking lot. There's that. But tell us about this bumper. This thing is super cool looking.
So I've got a buddy of mine. He's a welder for a living. He's built several bumpers, Dodge pickup trucks, everything. I wanted something different, you know, something sturdier. It's hand built. He made it for me. He put the crosses in here for me. I'm a Christian, so at first he did 2 crosses, and I'm like, Steve, you gotta put the middle one in there.
You gotta dial it up to 11, right?
Well, you're missing the most important cross, the one in the middle. So he ended up putting that in there for me. Each piece is hand cut, hand welded, gusseted on the rear, welded on the front, welded on the rear, ground down smooth, but every little piece is one piece. So
I mean, it may even be hard to see this on the video, but this is just such a clean job on here, and it feels so robust. And what all do you have on lights on here? We got a handful of things.
Yeah, just some lights. You know, found some aftermarkets. You know, you look at the Baja design stuff; they were really expensive.
Yeah,
so I went and just found some lights that use Cree chips, have a 3-year warranty, that are IP68 rated. So I just kind of found something middle of the range. You use them once, twice a year. You know, do a couple night runs a year. So
But it looks like are these wired in to replace the factory fogs?
Yes.
'Cause you don't have fogs on here.
Well, these have a glow on the outside as like a running light.
Okay.
So those run the fogs, and then I ran this into the auxiliary switches to do the full-blown yellow. And then these I ran into the auxiliary switches too.
Nice,
So,
nice.
And it has a full custom bumper on the rear of this too that was hand built.
And what else have you done to this? Because it looks fairly stock, but I can tell there's a few little add-ons.
TerraFlex 3.5 inch lift, or they call it 3.5 ST lift, which on a Rubicon it equals about 2.5. Non-Rubicon it's a 3.5. I got the Falcon shocks on here, fully skid plate underneath, hand built the rock rails on the side. Just a lot of hand built stuff on this one.
I love it. I love it. It's far too often we just see bolt-ons. Even myself, I'm just, I don't have the tools. I don't have, the access to someone who can build something custom. So anytime I see something that doesn't look like I've seen something in a catalog or walking around, it's going to catch my eye. And this thing is great. He's got a little GoPro mount up here.
Yep.
And
front-facing camera.
Oh, nice. Very nice up here.
Connects to your phone wirelessly.
And you're using a super winch?
Super winch, yep.
Very nice.
And I've used it several times.
All gusseted underneath?
Not gusseted yet. That's the next step that I want to do. I want to do the gussets front and rear.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nice. What's your favorite trail that you've done in this?
Chinaman's Gulch.
Oh, Chinaman Gulch.
Because it's obstacle after obstacle and I just love it. It's fun. There's some challenging stuff, but not so challenging you're going to break your rig.
Right. If you've seen my video on Chinaman Gulch, that's one thing I talk about is you finally get to a spot where you're like, oh, thank God, I have a break. Okay, that break's over. Time for another obstacle. Yeah. And we did one earlier in the year in the snow. We didn't make it all the way, but it was a lot of fun. So check out the channel for the Chinaman Gulch, and we're going to be heading out there soon.
Sweet.
Can't wait to get back out there.
Then I had to build the Mini,
Is that an axial?
Yeah, that's an axial.
Nice.
3 SEX10.
Oh, the new one.
I got a clear body, and then I had to paint it to match. And
awesome. I've been digging it. The axial looks like an awesome rig.
Yeah, it got the portal axles on it. The thing's amazing. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Well, thanks for sharing.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you.
All right, back here at Jeeps and Java today, and Multicop Warehouse and DJI Colorado. Basically, the only drone store in Colorado is here. This is Ryan. Ryan, what did you bring to show today?
We got our Mini 2 as well as our Mavic Air 2, and then the newest DJI release here, the DJI FPV, we've got here in the GPC case, along with the motion controller, the goggles, all our extra batteries. But looking to have some fun today.
So for the people here with the Jeeps and they're doing trail riding and stuff, which one would you probably recommend for them for the type of stuff that these guys are doing?
What they're doing, I'd probably recommend the Mavic Air 2. Most of them are going to probably want something that has active track abilities, obstacle avoidance sensors, which is going to give you just that with the Mavic Air 2. Good quality camera, 3-axis gimbal. Now, if you want something that's a little bit more fun, maybe you can pull off the side, throw on the goggles. Definitely check out that FPV drone, but that's probably the top two I'd recommend.
The Mini, even though it's at the lowest price point, the problem is no active tracking, no collision avoidance, no sensors.
Yep.
It's really a good open air fun drone, but in terms of the trail riding and stuff that most of these people are doing, it's probably good to go up to the Air 2 and get all those extra features.
Yeah, absolutely. And just with the lightweight, the altitude that it can fly at is going to be limited. Most of these guys are probably going into the mountains to do a lot of their driving. So I'd probably recommend, going a little bit heavier machine like the Mavic Air 2.
DJI Colorado is located in Centennial, Colorado, off I-25 and Arapahoe. So if you're interested in a drone, go check it out. All right, we're here at Jeeps and Java, and over here we have Colorado Jeep Girls. So
yes.
Tell us about what's going on with you guys and what you're all about.
We're an all-girls Jeep club. We've been up and running since 2012. Kat, the founder, wanted to get girls together to know their vehicle, how to tread properly, how to work on their vehicle if they get stuck on the trail. We do more than just trailing. We do fundraisers like this. We do a Be Heard suicide prevention show. We just get out and have a lot of fun with girls and educate them and make them feel wanted and loved.
Well, that's fantastic. How long has it been around?
2012.
2012. So that's 9 years now?
Yep.
Something like that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And do you cover all of Colorado, or is it more central?
We have chapters in all centuries. I'm up in the northern chapter. We have all the way up to the western slope area up there in that.
Excellent. How many members do you have?
I think we're at 75 right now. I'm not fully sure.
Very, very cool. So if they want more information, where should they go for some contact?
We have a Facebook page, so it's Colorado Jeep Girls Interest. We have our website, Colorado Jeep Girls, and we're also on Instagram. And we have flyers up here too today as well.
Excellent. Well, thanks for joining
Yes,
and being
thank
a part
you.
of today's Jeeps and Java. I hope you get some good interest today.
Yes, thank you.
What we have over here is the RTI ramp, right? Tell us a little bit about what this is all about.
So with the RTI ramp, what's nice, it's a ramp travel index. So the further you go up, based on wheelbase, it calculates what your articulation is. So with this one, it's a 27-degree ramp. So depending on your wheelbase, we measure that, and then how high you go up, and it's from the ground to the furthest forward momentum on the ramp itself, and then that gets you an RTI score. So, and the short wheelbases have a little advantage to this, but they've got to be flexy. They got to be flexy.
Got to make sure you turn off that the sway
Sway
bar.
bar. That's exactly right.
Right. So
What's that?
if we go back to let's see, October, November of 2019, good old Optimus in its stock form did a score of 510.
Right.
Now it's been almost a year and a half. Can't wait to get up on the ramp and see what we're at now. But this is what it's all about here, seeing just how much flex you have. I mean, there are some giveaways that we're doing for some different scores.
Yeah, and we actually have 3 prizes per category. And so we got some good prizes and a lot of fun, Go grab it.
But instead of it really being
Don't get hit.
a competition with each other, it's really a measurement about your own vehicle, seeing what the changes that you do are and how they affect the amount of articulation that you get.
Excellent, absolutely. And the other nice thing when you're on the ramp like this, you can see where your bump stops are, you can see where your brake lines are, you can see where everything's aligned, and it's a great thing to put a Jeep on if you never have.
Great, thanks, Chris.
You bet.
All right, well, just for comparison, when Optimus here was bone stock, we did the RTI ramp back at Jeeps and Java in 2019, and I scored a 510. So now with what started as a Mopar lift and now has a lot of metal cloak components to it, the 38-inch Milestar Patagonians and everything, I scored a 740. So that's a respectable increase from when she was stock. So I always recommend getting out, getting on a ramp, getting a base measurement, and then coming out to another event later on after you've done some work and measure that against what you've done. And it's not, super scientific, or it's not going to get you in the record books, but it just kind of gives you a baseline. Did what you did improve, or did it make things maybe even worse than what you had before? But 740 on Optimus, I'm really happy with that. All right, we're walking around Jeeps and Java here, and we want to take a moment and talk to Candace about Epic 4x4 Quest and what they're all about. So can you give us a little rundown about what the group is all about and what you do?
Sure. So we're an off-roading group that actually off-roads for a cause, and it's to back our blue. So we hold 2 large events a year. Our annual event, where is 4 days, 3 nights, nobody knows where they're going. So great epic quests out there.
I hope somebody knows.
We might. We don't tell you if we don't. And then we have what we called our Maximum Off-Road Adventure Backing the Blue. So MOAB is the short abbreviation version. It's a central location. It was in Farmington this year. We'll be in Sand Hollow next year.
Nice.
And then we do 4 runs throughout the year local. 2 of them are specifically for our law officers and first responders, where we take them out and they either bring their own vehicle or we put them in one of ours to ride along with us, and we get them out so they can get disconnected, have the ability to rejuvenate, and see that they're supported. And then we do 2 that are like fundraiser runs as well.
That's a fantastic cause. I don't think there's enough out there, especially for the police. We see things for veterans and some other groups, but to really get behind the police that help take care of all of us is a fantastic cause. Where can they reach out? Where can they find out more information?
Sure. So we have a Facebook page. It's Epic 4x4 Quest. But you can also get to us through our website, which is epic4x4quest at just.com. So
Excellent.
Easy way.
Thank you so much for spending some time
Appreciate
with
you.
us.
Keep your eyes to Facebook and all the other social media. We'll be doing a bunch more of these, and as things progress, the prizes will get better because our sponsors, everybody's rocking and rolling.
Anything we can do to help Marcus?
He's posting these videos and things like that, but join Core Off-Road if you have not in Buena Vista. Okay, the Core, those guys do the most work of anybody, and he's watching legislation. He's watching everything, and he's that guy he's kind of our champion, and we want to just kind of give him all the support we possibly can. By the way, if you go inside, grab a drink, have a burger, whatever, tip the ladies well. They opened up early for us, which was fantastic, and they've been open the whole time, and they've tried to support us as an off-road community 100% of the time. All right, so I think that's it, unless you guys have anything. Because I'm done talking. I'm ready to go drink a beer. Okay?